Two major events commemorated the 75th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz. Here in Jerusalem, more than 40 world leaders commemorated that milestone. And as CBN Middle East correspondent Julie Stahl reports from Auschwitz itself, both of these historic gatherings come against the backdrop of rising anti-Semitism.
They called it Remembering the Holocaust, Fighting Anti-Semitism.
The Jewish people have learned the lessons of the Holocaust, always to take seriously the threats of those who seek our destruction, to confront threats when they are small, and above all, even though we deeply, deeply appreciate the great support of our friends, to always have the power to defend ourselves by ourselves.
Resulting in the largest diplomatic event in Israel's history, leaders including Britain's Prince Charles, U.S. Vice President Mike Pence, Russian President Vladimir Putin, and German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier came to Jerusalem to say, never again.
We must be prepared to confront and expose the vile tide of anti-Semitism that is fueling hate and violence all across the world, and we must stand together.
The spirits of evil are emerging in a new guise, presenting their anti-Semitic, racist, authoritarian thinking as an answer for the future, a new solution to the problems of our age. And I wish I could say that we Germans have learned from history once and for all. But I cannot say that when hatred is spreading.
Ahead of the event, a special European delegation visited the site where Nazis perpetrated so much evil and hatred. The leaders brought the delegation here to Auschwitz to emphasize the fact of what happens when anti-Semitism goes unchecked. Born in Poland, former Israeli Chief Rabbi Israel Meir Lau is a Holocaust survivor.
Anti-Semitism is something you can explain, but you cannot find a reason for it. It's against dialogue. It's against logic. It's a spiritual madness.
Before the Red Army liberated the largest Nazi death camp 75 years ago, Nazis murdered an estimated 1.1 million Jews at Auschwitz-Birkenau.
Combating anti-Semitism is not only a question of politics and statements and whatever comes out in the media, but it's an actual fight for our safety in Europe.
Rabbi Shlomo Kovesh said the Jewish people need a plan to fight anti-Semitism and what he called mutations of this virus.
And we have to partner with those politicians, opinion leaders, public figures that are ready to partner with us in our war against anti-Semitism. It's a war of minds, it's a war of ideas, and we need a lot of partners for this war. And we have to look at it as a war.
Rabbi Menachem Margolin made clear their goal must be to put action behind the words, never again.
To really measure the success, we'll need to follow up and see how many of those MEPs will sign and promote the draft legislation we presented yesterday to ensure that children in Europe will get more education, that the trade of Nazi memorabilia will be banned, and the use of any anti-Semitic stereotypes will be banned.
And banning anti-Semitism isn't just good for the Jewish people.
God told Abraham that I will bless whoever blesses you and curse whoever curses you. And we see that throughout our history of human civilization, that whoever persecuted the Jews later on was devastated and destructive.
Julie Stahl, CBN.
Alpha, Omega.